First, a glimpse of the survey conducted by News 18. The survey was conducted over 22 states. The number of respondents were 2,400. Let's take a look now at some of the broader outcomes of this survey. And the first question that is of relevance here, which was asked, do you support the new farm laws? 54% out of those respondents have said yes, no by 31%, not sure still 15%. Those are the number of respondents marked there. The number of states and union territories covered 22, as I have been pointing out. Now, the next question, will farmers get a better price because of the new laws? 61% farmers believe yes, they will. 39% feel still that they will not be able to get a better price for their produce. Do you think that the protests are politically motivated? 49% say yes. No is being said by 33%. 18% say that they are not sure whether or not these protests that are happening right now, where farmers are camping on the borders of the national capital, are politically motivated. Farmers, remember, have been constantly saying no, they are not politically motivated. Has the time come for the protests to be called off? 57% say yes. 43% say no. They still want to agitate. They want the farmers' agitation to continue to make their point about what they believe on these farm laws and what changes they want made on these farm laws, though the farmers continue to say, the ones who are agitating, that they want the repeal of the three contentious laws and they want fresh laws with the stakeholders, that is the farmers, consulted on this aspect. Let me go immediately now across to our guests who are joining us on the show this evening. Chaudhry Savit Malik, he's the National President of the Kisan Union, Tom Vadakkan, spokesperson of the BJP, Supriya Srinit, spokesperson of the Congress Party, and Naveen Sharma, he is the Director, International Agriculture Consulting Group. Let me first go across to Naveen Sharma to get a sense of what he believes are these farm laws that have come into play now after they were passed by Parliament. How are they going to benefit the farmers? Because even now we are seeing some amount of farmers, or the respondents at least in the survey, saying that they're not sure whether they'll get a better produce or not. The whole aim is to increase the takeaway, or what one could broadly say, the salary of farmers.
Okay. Thank you very much for inviting me to this discussion. So I see the whole current bills from the historical perspective. If you look at the India's GDP this year, only shining point in the India GDP was the agriculture sector, which grew handsomely by 3.4%.
Okay.
And if you again look at how our agriculture was in 1965, we were only producing 11.2 million tons, and currently we are producing 144. In fact, India has become the food surplus nation. We have a buffer stock of 63 million tons as against 30 million tons, so which is double the amount which we require. But these buffer stock is mostly the food grains. And if you again look at the hunger index, India has been ranked 94 amongst the 107 countries, which is very bad. And we are like seriously a hunger nation. So there is a need for crop diversification. There is a need for assured income to the farmers. And government has been talking about doubling the farmer income. So,
but sir, do you believe that the farm laws will be able to achieve all this?
Okay, so the current farm laws, what I see is that is in the right direction. Only problem is that there should have been wider consultation with all the stakeholders, which probably was lacking in this.
All right. Let me go across. Want Naveen to weigh in on this. Is what Tom Vadakkan saying correct, that the process of reforms is always difficult? However, it is also important, Naveen Sharma, to include or factor in the stakeholders. Here, the farmers are the stakeholders.
Yes, so I think the point is very clear that the wider consultations probably was missing from this act. So therefore, I think that these laws should not be repealed or put on hold. but should be again, like what government is talking about, to have a discussion and to incorporate the suggestions. And I have 3 suggestions so that the farming community feels comfortable with these reforms. One is that we need to make the farmers aware of these reforms and build their capacity. Currently, our farmers are only producing grains. They are not producing quality products. So that is where one problem is there. And then second thing is we need to set up special funds for agricultural infrastructure so that the farmers feel confident that the fund may be used for strengthening the mandi system.
All right.
The third thing is that Green Revolution Belt, that's where most of the farmers are protesting, should be converted into a special agriculture zone with special funds to be allocated for crop diversification. And that is what will be important for our moving up in the hunger index, micro irrigation and food processing.
Dr. Naveen Sharma, I'll interrupt you.